Hi, this is Kirk from Ternpoint Solutions. In this video, we're going to look at standard cost history. So let's jump in. So for standard cost history, one of the things that's missing in Business Central is the ability to track your standard cost history changes when you do your standard cost history rolls. So today we're going to look at how with the standard cost history app from Ternpoint Solutions, you can actually track your standard cost history changes each time you actually do any of your updates. So let's jump into items. And I've got a couple items ready that we'll look at here today. So I'm first going to look at a raw material item, and then we're going to look at a manufactured item as well. So our first item we'll look at is our organic onion powder, and then we'll look at our manufactured item, which is this kosher pickles item. So first on this item, both items are standard costed, as you can see here in the costing method. And if we look at the standard cost history of these items, I can find this under item or under my search. What the standard cost history does is actually shows us a history of each time their standard cost has been updated for this item. So each time we update the standard cost, it shows you what the standard cost was, what the new standard cost was set to, as well as any of the other costing fields on the item card are tracked as well. And then if you scroll to the very far right, you'll see who actually did the update and then what date that was actually done. So you can see here I did one, within the last couple of days, but normally, of course, your standard costs, you're usually doing those once a year. So you'll see it tracks all of these fields in here to give you a history of how things have changed with the costing on this item. Along with the standard cost history, let's just look at the setup for this. We've added a couple of fields with the standard cost history. So one to basically enable the tracking of the history, and the other one to disable the editing of the field on the item card. So if you wish, you can actually turn that off to ensure that users are using the standard cost history worksheet in order to do those standard cost history rolls, rather than going directly to the item card and editing the standard cost field on the item card, because that is allowed with Business Central. And now let's look at our manufactured item. We'll see the same standard cost history roll that I performed earlier on this item. So the same thing with goes here. So part of that, implementing the standard cost from the standard cost worksheet, we'll actually then write entries into this table to actually track the standard cost history of how this item has changed over time. Okay. As well, one last thing with standard cost history, what we've done is exposed a few of those costing fields on the item card. So if you open the costing and posting tab and click on the show more after the standard cost history app is installed, you'll see that these manufacturing and capacity costs, we've exposed those fields from the table onto the card, so to make it a little bit easier for you to see what those roll-ups are and what those costs are. So if you're interested in tracking standard cost history, find this app in App Source by searching Ternpoint or Standard Cost History. For more information, please reach out to us at info@ternpoint.solutions. Thank you.